Yo, what's going on out there, Fight World? This your boy Money back with another one, fam. This one here is on the all-time great and two future Hall of Fames in this fight game. We have Terrence T-Boy Crawford, the 3-division world champion, the former undisputed world champion, the current WO welterweight world champ. Then we have Canelo Alvarez, arguably the greatest Mexican fighter of all time, the 4th-division world champion, the current undisputed super middleweight world champ. Then we have Errol the True Spence Jr., the king of the welterweight division, the WBC, the IBF, and the Super WBA unified world champion. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls all over the world, we all know Errol Spence is about to take on Terrence Crawford July the 29th in the biggest fight of this year. And it's going to be fireworks, and we're going to enjoy it. But Errol Spence came out, and he let Canelo Alvarez know, I'm not worrying about you at this moment, but if that fight come across my table, if it comes anywhere in my vicinity, I will take that fight at 165 or at 168. Listen to what EJ had to say, and I'll be back with a great assessment, family.
We're not thinking about Canelo right now, but, I mean, if the fight come across the table, I definitely take that fight. I feel like, 165, 168, that's more my natural weight, and it's a lot easier for me to make. So I definitely take that fight.
So as y'all see, man, Errol Spence say he will most definitely take that fight, bro. And what a fight that will be. What a grand finale that will be. Now, we all know Canelo Alvarez, he got a lot on his plate. When you're the king of boxing, you still the face of boxing. A lot of people still want to take you on. Everybody know, your status, what you is in the game, the money you bring in, the legacy they can get behind if they can beat you, things of that nature. So everybody going to be lined up to fight Canelo Alvarez. And then if some of y'all don't know, Oscar De La Hoya wanted to make Canelo Alvarez versus Errol Spence back in the days, but it's going to be at 154. When Miguel Cotto won the title, you know what I'm saying? Oscar was going to put Errol against Cotto. If he win that title, then he was going to make Canelo versus Errol Spence, because he knew that was one of the biggest fights in boxing at that time, with Errol having his buzz and with Canelo being Canelo. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody know Canelo is that guy. Everybody know Canelo is the man. If they want to see Canelo fight David Benavidez, Andrade or Charlo, but Errol Spence is going to be right there in the mix with everything. If he get past Crawford and he move up and, put on a hell of a performance. And I think Canelo will think about that scrap. I think he will think about that scrap, understanding what it do in Texas. Now, credit, Errol Spence has to get past this man in Terrence Crawford. We don't want to overlook him. We don't want to make people think like Errol Spence is looking too far ahead, which he's not. That's why I say I will take it if the opportunity presents itself. Not saying, oh man, I'm going to get Canelo because that's the fight I want to fight. Terrence Crawford ain't on his level. He this, he that. No, respect your opponent. Understand that, okay, this was a question asked to me, but I'm not going to think too far ahead. I'm going to stay right here on the ground because I got work to do. And I got a dangerous man in front of me in Terrence Crawford. So we're not going to ask those type of questions and get too far, right? Because we're going to focus on this guy. We're going to get his ass up out the way. And once we get him up out the way, then we can talk about what's next and how things look in the future. But right now, I got to focus on the WBO welterweight world champion, the undefeated 3-division former undisputed world champ, who's a bad boy in his own right. If I don't get past him, those fights don't be available unless I come back and beat his ass again. So I want to get this shit done the right way the first time around. That way I could look at a Canelo Alvarez. That way I could look at 154 pounds, go up and do my thing up there and things of that nature. So I know people going to look at this and be like, man, Errol Spence, you crazy. You crazy talking about going up to fight Canelo. Y'all know Canelo my guy. Y'all know Errol my guy. But, I know how people go look at it, man. You can't do nothing with Canelo. You can't do this. You can't do that. Errol Spence is a bad motherfucker. That's why I say he don't get enough credit. He don't get enough, points for the way he fight and how he fight. The way he fight and how he fight, his duration, his durability, his fucking gas tank, it never goes empty. He throws punches every fucking second on the round. He make you fight. Like Errol Spence has a style that's going to be tough for anybody, including my dog Canelo, win, lose, or draw. You understand what I'm saying? So when we got Errol Spence, saying I want to go up to 165 or fight him at 168, which the catch weight he's at undisputed, right? You got to respect that. You have to respect it, bro. Ain't too many people talking like that out here. They just not. So when EJ say, I definitely welcome that fight, why not? You feel me? Why not? Like, he knows his Charlo brothers now want to fight. You see, Jamel said he want to fight. Jamal Charlo, he supposed to be the person in position to get the fight, but he got to come on back and start getting busy. He got to come back and do something, make his name relevant. Right now, Demetrius Andrade is more relevant than him, and that ain't never been so. ever. You understand what I'm saying? So when I'm looking at the situation and I'm like, man, Jamel Trollo called him out saying he want to do it for his big brother. Errol Spence called him out saying if it presents itself, I'll be up there and we can get it on, things of that nature. But we don't see Jamal Trollo nowhere, and that's a bad look, bro. Period, fam. So he got to get back in the mix of things. He got to get back, and I know he went through a stretch of what he was going through and things of that nature, but you got to get back in boxing because it's always, what have you done for me lately? You understand what I'm saying? What have you done for me lately? And now Errol Spence is fit to fight for undisputed and the biggest fight in boxing. All the eyeballs gonna be on that fight. All the fans and anybody gonna be at Vegas enjoying this scrap because everybody knows what this fight means to boxing. You know what I mean? And if Errol Spence win, think about all the recognition he get as the undisputed champion. All the eyeballs, like his even at what, 32, Errol Spence, his stardom is gonna grow even bigger. It's gonna grow even bigger. And Canelo go see that. And Canelo go know that that's a super fucking fight. That's a super fight. Because that's all Canelo want these boys to do, to build themselves up, become more of a star. Then let's get into that bitch and make a lot of money. Make a lot of money. You know? But Errol Spence is building himself up to be that star, bro. He's building himself up to be that star. And Canelo been paying attention to Errol. Errol been paying attention to Canelo. They know each other, fam. They know each other. Canelo know that's a tough fight. He know that's a good fight. He know that's a big-time money fight. He know what Errol Spence bring to the table. You feel me? He knows what Errol Spence bring to the table. So when that's a possibility, you say, let me weigh my options. That do look good. You know what I mean? Now, I'm not saying it's going to happen next when Errol Spence beat Terrence Crawford, but in the future, Errol Spence versus Canelo Alvarez is the biggest fight in boxing, bro. If Canelo continue to win and don't lose, if Errol Spence continue to win and don't lose, like I said, all Errol Spence got to do become undisputed right now at the welterweight division. Go to 154, become unified, get 2 scraps. Go to 160, become the middleweight champion. All this can happen in 2 years. Go to 160, become the middleweight champion. Become the middleweight champion. And once you get acclimated at 160 pounds, going up to 65, which I think you and Canelo should meet at, right? You going up 5 pounds, you coming down 3 pounds, right? That make all the sense in the world. All the sense in the world. And I promise you, that bitch do 2-point-something million. 2-point-something million pay-per-view buys, bro. Now, do you know how much money that is? You know how much they generating? Like, come on, stop playing, man. Stop playing. Canelo and Errol will go for that shit. They both will go for it. They not turning that down. You know? That'll be the biggest fight in boxing. I know people be like, well, what about Benavidez? What about this fighter? What about that fighter? Why would Canelo come down 3 pounds to fight Errol Spence? Errol Spence, this. Like, y'all got to understand at that time, if it goes like I just told y'all, bro, can't nothing stop it. Can't nothing stop it. Canelo would be down for it. Errol Spence would be down for it. Now, this is another 2-year span. Errol Spence might be 34. Canelo might be 34, right? They both 34, 35. And, you know, they sitting there looking at each other like, man, let's make this shit happen. Let's make it happen. You know? Let's stop playing. We know what the people want. We know what it is. Let's go out there. Let's make it happen. And that'll be another classic. Another classic on Errol Spence's resume. Another classic on Canelo Alvarez's resume. And nobody can say nothing. Nobody can say nothing. Like I say, y'all can come and say, man, Monty, you know Errol Spence go do this, do this. Man, you know Canelo go do this and do this. Both of these are my guys, bro. Errol Spence is my guy. Canelo is my guy. You feel me? Canelo is my guy. Errol Spence is my guy. But I'm not going to tell them not to fight each other and don't get no money. You know, I'm not going to tell them not to go for the legacy because what the fuck that's going to mean for boxing and what it's going to do for the winner. I'm not going to say that. You understand? I'm going to sit back. I'm going to enjoy it, man. I'm going to say, boy, these boys is going at it. Because this shit is going to be fireworks. It's going to be a war with both of their styles, the way they clash. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be just magnificent, bro. It's going to be magnificent. You know? And they both going to deserve it. They're both going to deserve it, bro. And I want them to make as much money as they could, $100 million a piece if they could. $100 million a piece if they can go out there, throw them fits and let them bitches fly, give us what we're looking for, and just put on arguably the greatest fight of this decade. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, Errol Spence got to get past Terrence Bud Crawford first. I'm not overlooking Bud, but if Errol can do those 3 things that I said, beat Bud Crawford, Go up to 154, get 2 scraps. Go up to 160, get 1 scrap. The Canelo fight will be waiting for him. Canelo Alvarez will be waiting for him. As long as he undefeated, Canelo will face Errol Spence. You feel me? He will face Errol Spence. That's a fact. Oh, let's see how these things go, man, in the future, because we know we're looking to look far ahead. We got fights that we got to enjoy. But Errol Spence say he will take on Canelo Alvarez if it come across his desk, bro. That's a manly man's for you. Give Errol Spence just on this credit. Straight like that.